Wasn't that a party? Yeah, remember that song? Remember that song? It was by the Grovers. Remember that song? Anyway, I went to a big party last Saturday. And that's why I didn't have an episode of this video blog last week, is because I was down at Occupy Cincinnati's new warehouse, getting it ready. I mean, last Friday, I was down at their warehouse. I was getting their warehouse ready for the big party on Saturday. And that's what I was doing on Saturday. I went to the big Occupy Cincinnati warehouse opening party, and I've even got flyers for it. Right here. See, these are some of the flyers that Occupy Cincinnati put out. See? Oh wait, that's upside down. Oh wait, that's back. Oh, here we are. See? Occupy Cincinnati. These are some of the flyers we put out for we handed these out during the March. I think it was probably a few days before that. And even on the day of the party, we handed some of these out. They gave me a stack of these. They gave me some of these flyers right here. And I hung them up at the Riverside supermarket up the street on the bulletin board in the lobby of this grocery store up the street. I hung up some of these flyers for Occupy Cincinnati's party that took place last Saturday. It was cool. It really was. Wasn't that a party? That's right. We should have had some Grover's records. It was a party. Yeah, but anyway, that's what we did. And the party atmosphere is going to continue. And on Tuesday, I was also there was a party that also, this was at because I went Rhodes Scholaring on Tuesday. It was the day of the Ohio primary. I went Rhodes Scholaring way out on Hamilton Avenue. That's right. Because Occupy Cincinnati had like a election results party down at, there's this bar that they had an election results party down at this bar, so I went there, and it was cool too, because they had circus peanuts and easy cheese and beer and snacks and all that cool stuff. So we partied again on Tuesday. We got to see Rick Santorum win Tennessee. And Newt Gingrich. They had a big TV screen. And Newt Gingrich gave this horrible speech. So that's what we did on Tuesday. And there's going to be another Occupy March on Saturday. Or maybe not a march. We don't know yet. There might not be a march, but we do plan on having a rally on Saturday down at Pyatt Park. So anyway, and we ought to have a party again because something funny happened yesterday. The Kentucky legislature, something hilarious happened. The Republicans in the Kentucky House. Now, I swear, the Kentucky House it almost seems like in order to serve in the Kentucky House, you almost have to have your brain removed first. And not just for the Republicans, but half the Democrats too. That's how bad the Kentucky House is. They're as bad as the Kentucky Senate. Despite the partisan breakdown, they're just as bad. But anyway, something hilarious happened because there's a right-wing drug testing bill in the Kentucky House, and the committee, and it was like taken up by, I think it was like the Health and Human Services Committee or something, and the committee chairman refused to vote on it, and the committee chairman refused to bring it to a vote, so the Republicans in the Kentucky House threw a fit. They threw an absolute, complete, total temper tantrum over this. So they boycotted the session, and the committee couldn't even achieve quorum because of that. And now it looks like that bill is just completely dead now, all because of that, which is funny because it was a ridiculous bill, but it wasn't nearly as bad as last year's version. So, if they want it to pass, here's what they need to do. They need to have it so it applies not to legislators and banks that get bailout money. That's probably the only way they're going to get it to pass. That's what I think at this point, because I am sure, I cannot imagine that that the Republicans are going to gain seats in the legislature anytime soon. So it looks like that probably the only way to get it to pass would be to expand it to companies that get bailouts. And besides, wouldn't that be fair? So because of that, I feel like partying again because the Republicans made such fools of themselves that they ended up defeating their own bill because the committee couldn't reach quorum, so they lost. Also, I've got some books here to read. This is one of the books that I'm reading now. See? And this is a cool book. It really is. So's this. This is a cool book too. So that's okay. Now here's this stuff. I've got a big stack of bookmarks also that have like Occupy Cincinnati and Move to Amend information on them. But that's funny. I took some of these flyers. I hung them up down at the store. And here's another good book. This is a good book too. But see, it's life gets so much easier when you know how to read. And see, sometimes you have to. Well, here's another good one. But see, sometimes reading is the key that opens many doors. Sometimes it takes a long time to read an entire book, but it's worth it. A person who won't read is no better off than a person who can't. Did you know that? I think it was Mark Twain that said that. A person who cannot read is at no greater advantage than a person who... or something. It was something like that. But a person who won't read is no better off than a person who can't. Literacy is the key that opens a lot of doors. So that's... I've got a big stack of receipts here too I need to get rid of. So that's the latest party news for this week.